Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Drake. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And 16 at the 19-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st down, Drake. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
2nd and 4. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. He's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Bears nothing. Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second and 11. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. Yeah, their defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now they got 1st and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do exactly that.
Now back to throw. Flush to his right. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. A 6-yard gain brings up 3rd and goal.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears nothing.
Third and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Second and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's good for 28 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more. Reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Wants to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Bears 14, Vikings 7. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
At the 17-yard line.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. The ball comes out, and that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retained possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
After the made field goal, here's Blankenship again. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again. He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Komet, the tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
At the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down, and the Bears will add on to their lead.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
Set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This is it! This is it!
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 26 yards on the play there, and it'll move the chains. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This will make it into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
The first down carry by Elliott. Able to slither by. Power running by Zeke. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked by Jeff Gladney. There he goes, right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Bears 28, Vikings 17. Rodrigo Blankenship.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way to the opposite 45.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long. Go get it, big man.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And it'll be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
We're glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
17.
drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28. 20. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
17. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Oh my God, I can't believe what I'm watching.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 30 yards. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Kenyon Drake, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Blankenship out for the point after. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Bears 35, Vikings 24. Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Elliott. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And again, the footwork. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Chicago. Ezekiel Elliott, 75 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead. That was a pretty impressive touchdown play. Those broken tackles, those weren't easy to get by.
No, they really weren't. And they've had trouble tackling throughout this ball game. But on this particular play, how about that move? Or I should say moves with an S. Because I don't care if you're a great tackler. You had trouble getting him on the ground on that play.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Good shot, good shot.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Eli Apple. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Just
just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's taken down inside the 30.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On third down, Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want to execute.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And he will be out of bounds here with zeros on the clock as this ball game is over. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.